it's Amanda. This is my third vlog. No, sorry, this is my fourth vlog total, my second poetry vlog for MH204. And for today's vlog, I am discussing two poems that I believe could save America. And by could save America, I mean could save the artistic aspect of schooling in America. And it is based on Tony Hoagland's 20 Little Poems That Could Save America link, which I read, and I thought it was really insightful and interesting because, yeah, poetry is largely absent from a lot of schools. The high school that I went to personally, actually like all of the schools that I've gone to my whole life until ASU, were really small and private and arts focused, which is really, really nice, and that probably influenced a good amount of the respect that I have for art, like poetry and stuff. But I know that a lot of my friends weren't able to go to schools like that, and so I do believe that poetry is something that needs to be stressed more in America. So that being said, the two poems that I selected are, well, one is by Claudia Rankine, and it's from Don't Let Me Be Lonely, which is one of her books, and the particular excerpt that I chose to save America is on page 341, and it's the last paragraph at the bottom. And I selected that poem, sorry, I'm trying not to like lose my pages. I selected that poem because of, I think it speaks a lot to writing and literature in English as a whole, which a lot of high school students that I have come in contact with, like friends, younger siblings, and from back when I was in high school, like there was a void of respect for English a lot of the time, which is kind of not so good. But I enjoy it because it references a more recent contemporary literature book by, hold on, I pulled it up, by J.M. Coetzee. I think that's how you pronounce the name. And it's called Elizabeth Costello, and it's like basically, I don't know, it's about someone who travels around and speaks literary lectures, which I think it's interesting that in this small prose poem, Rankine is referencing a literary work that is referencing literary work, which I think that this like small paragraph of prose poem just emphasizes the importance of English and literature as an art form and writing in that whole aspect. So I think that that could save America in one way. And the other poem that I selected is by C.D. Wright, and it is Why Leave You So Soon Gone. And I really enjoy this poem because it speaks to growing up. When I read it, actually one of my friends read it out loud to me, and then I read it out loud, and it really, I think the speaker is a mother talking to her child who's graduating and going into the world and moving out and learning to live on their own. And I think that it's important because it speaks to growing up and facing life in an abstract sort of fill in the blank way, where if you present this poem to someone who's graduating high school and they read it a couple times, I think it's fairly accessible. And if they read it a couple times, they'll soon see like their own way to grow up and to learn how to take care of themselves, and they'll understand that like parents are still there to help them, but at the same time it speaks towards taking on responsibility, which is something that a lot of college freshmen don't do, or so I have noticed. But yeah, I think that this poem could save America, particularly high school seniors. I think it would be great if every single high school senior was required to read this, because it does speak to growing up and to being more responsible and to thinking critically. And yeah, and I think that these two poems are very important to contemporary readers. One, well, mostly just because of how they're displayed on the page. Like, neither one is a like specific type of poem. Well, I guess the Claudia Rankine is a prose poem, like it's written in a paragraph form, and the C.D. Wright poem is spaced out very uniquely. It's the words, just how the words are displayed on the page, it challenges classical poetry in a way that is abnormal to classical poetry. So yeah, that is my week 2 vlog for poetry for MH204. I'll see you all in class.